Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Jay. I'm an underwater editorial portrait photographer, and today's video is about the unique challenges that come with my job shooting underwater. I think probably the biggest one is your understanding, if you're a photographer, the understanding that we have of light and focal length and lenses is completely distorted and changed when you're underwater. For example, I use a 16 millimeter underwater because I'm already dealing with magnification underwater, which is the biggest issue. You don't have as much space to work, especially if I'm in a pool or a confined area, or if I'm in a small pocket in the ocean. I need to be able to be close enough to focus on my model. I need to be able to capture her entire body, and I might not have as much space as I could have maybe in a studio or outdoors where I can zoom with my feet in and out. Yes, I can swim back and forth and those kind of things, but when you've got sand, you've got what we call backscatter, all the little things floating in the ocean or the water that catch the light. There's a lot of different things to be aware of. And that actually brings me into my next point, which is lighting. When it comes to lighting, I try to use lights, depends on the situation, of course. Um, if I'm deep sea diving a shipwreck, of course I'm going to want a light because I'm going to be navigating the interior of the ship. I don't know what's going to be around every corner. I don't know if anything has changed, if there's been a storm or something that may have changed the way something was oriented before. And, there's a lot of confined spaces where there might not be light. So I have to bring my own light, and I have to have a reliable one. And there are plenty of companies online that make wonderful lights. And what I do is I put my lights, I've got two arms that I can attach to my underwater housing. I use the CNC underwater housing because it's highly customizable, and I personally love it as a scuba diver. It's not one of the smallest rigs, it's actually one of the larger rigs. And the reason I chose that one is because I feel safer holding it. It's a big rig, so I'm kind of a smaller person, so if there's something bigger than me in the water, it helps with my size. And another reason is because when I started underwater photography, I was working out of Waikiki Dive Center, and I was leading or working with groups of student divers. And often student divers are still learning their buoyancy and their control, and I get a lot of fins to the face. So having that big rig right there in front of me, this big steel rig, does help protect my camera. It protects me from our students and things like that. And, over time I just got used to it. So those are two of the challenges, and I would say the challenges for the models are completely different. If the model is a free diver, things are a lot easier for everybody involved, but in most cases, models that I work with are often beginners. It might be their first time shooting underwater. Recently, Patty came out with a new program to certify mermaid performers. So I am having more fun working with mermaids who have more of the free diving abilities. And when I do take on clients or models who have not yet modeled underwater, I do teach them breathing exercises and things to help them oxygenate the cells in their body so that they can hold their breath for longer and use less energy when they are working with me.